In this tutorial, I want to show you how to use the General OneFile database. General OneFile is a catch-all database. It has articles in a number of disciplines, over 127 million articles, both magazines and scholarly journals. So if you're not sure where to get started with research, this is probably a good place to get started. Once you sign into the home screen, you can begin doing a search. So let's say you're doing research on the Affordable Care Act. You could type in Affordable Care Act. Alright, and before I press search, I want to point out a couple of options here. One is to documents with full text, so if you don't want to read just citations of articles, but you want to be able to read the entire article, you want to click this here. Also, there's a peer-reviewed option. So if you just want to filter your results to things that are scholarly, you can click on this button here, and also to documents with images. So let's say you're doing research on the Affordable Care Act and you're looking for a chart or a graph to help illustrate your paper, you may want to click this button here. I'm going to just click the two documents with full text and do a search. I see here I get over 3,000 academic journal results. You'll notice on the left hand side it shows you your results, and it groups it by types of results. So by default it shows you the peer-reviewed journals first. If you want to look at magazine articles, you can. Books, and this is generally book reviews, news, images, video, and there's this area called audio. And usually what this is like a podcast that you may hear on NPR or some other radio news service. So all of this is available in the database. If you want to read any of the articles, click on the title and you'll be able to see the source. So I can see this was published in Commonweal. It was in volume 140, issue number 12. It shows me the full text. On the right hand side, you'll notice there are a couple of options. You can print, email, download it. And there's also citation tools. So if you need to cite this in a paper, you can click on citation tools and it shows you how to cite it in MLA or APA. Now let's say you want to combine search terms. What you want to do then is to click on Advanced Search. So using the previous search, let's say you want to do research on the cost of the Affordable Care Act to taxpayers. You can type in Affordable Care Act, cost, and notice here in between these search boxes it says keyword. You could also search for author. So if there's an author of an article, you could type that in here. ISSN number is here. This would be the standard number for magazines or journals. You can also put in publication title. So say example you want to look at articles from Time magazine, you could type that in here. There's also this and or not, and what this allows you to do, it allows you to string together search words. So if you do and, you have to, the articles that you'll get will mention Affordable Care Act and cost. You could do an or search, which is a very broad search. So any article that mentions Affordable Care Act or cost. And this or search is really good whenever you're looking at related terms. There's also a not search. So that would be for articles about the Affordable Care Act that don't mention the keyword cost. So again, this is available and it's called Boolean search logic, but you may want to use this when you're doing advanced searches. I'm going to search for this, and you see I get less results this way. I only get 800 results, whereas with the previous search I got several thousand results. There's also a new function in Gale databases. It's called term clusters. And what it allows you to do, you can search for a very broad topic and it breaks it down for you on a wheel. Okay, so again I typed for Affordable Care Act, and you notice the wheel here has an inner tier and an outer tier. This inner tier are subtopics among the Affordable Care Act. So what the database did is it pulled out major keywords and it grouped them into broad topics in this first tier, and in the second tier is very specialized topics of the subtopic. So again, this whole wheel represents articles about Affordable Care Act. Articles that mention the Supreme Court are here, and articles that mention the individual mandate are here. So if you want to see articles that mention the Supreme Court and the Affordable Care Act, you click on this inner tier. And if you want to see articles that mention Supreme Court, individual mandate, and Affordable Care Act, you click on this here. And as you can see, as I go back and forth between these two, I go from 37 articles to 10 articles. So this is a good way to narrow down your topic if you don't know how to narrow down your topic. So these are just some of the features of General OneFile. I hope this helps. Thanks for watching.